Hey everyone, what is going on? So we are doing more Timeless Cup battles, and we're going to go ahead and show you some of the Pokemon that are eligible. So you do have to pick a starter. So for the Kanto region, we have Venusaur, Charizard, or Blastoise. I think Venusaur and possibly Charizard are going to be some of the top picks. Maybe Blastoise, we'll have to see. And then we have the rest of the Kanto Pokemon, some pretty good ones like Ninetales. But we're going to jump into Generation 2. The starters are going to be Meganium, Typhlosion, and Feraligatr. And then we have the rest of the Johto Pokemon, which are going to be really good, like Quagsire and Kingdra. Tyranitar's also there, and I see Donphan, so we'll definitely have to see. Lantern is on the list. But yeah, I think Meganium definitely could be a huge pick for this as well. It's not weak to like Confusion, whereas Venusaur is. For Generation 3, the Hoenn region, we have Sceptile, Blaziken, and Swampert. Originally, I thought, yes, Swampert's definitely going to be big. I wasn't really thinking of Blaziken, but I do actually think Blaziken is going to be relatively good because, as you know, fighting types are banned, but the starters bypass that, so Blaziken is eligible. And then we have the rest of the Hoenn Pokemon, so pretty interesting Pokemon like Ludicolo, which we do face today. And then we're going to go ahead and jump into Generation 4. We have Torterra, Infernape, and Empoleon. I don't think these are going to be big ones. We'll definitely try them out. Just for the video, but I don't think they're going to be big. And then we have some Sinnoh Pokemon, which pretty interesting stuff. You know, we did use Spiritomb, and I also see Frostlass, so definitely some pretty good Pokemon we'll definitely be trying out quite a bit. So we're going to go ahead and jump into some battles against Jokes. Now, I only have a few battles. I don't know how many battles we do in this video, so we don't do many, but tomorrow's video is going to be a lot longer. We were just testing the waters. Just battling on our free time once it was announced. But just before our Ferocious Cup tournament began, right, we were practicing. So tomorrow's video will definitely be longer. But anyway, his team is Quagsire, Tentacruel, Blaziken, Ludicolo, Relicanth, and Frostlass. And my team is Venomoth, Skuntank, Venusaur, Lantern, Kingdra, and that Sunny Castform. So if you don't go with a fire starter like Charizard or Blaziken, your fire types they're not limited. I mean, you do have options, but like Ninetales, the Kanto Ninetales is good, except Flamethrower, unfortunately, is a legacy moveset, so if you don't have it, that's a little bit unfortunate. I mean, we do have other Pokemon like Arcanine, you know, there might be other fire types, but I did want to try out Sunny Castform, which I do think is a pretty good Pokemon this cup. The thing that might be holding it back is Ember. I wish it had like Fire Spin. Unfortunately, it has Ember, but it has Weather Ball, which charges up fast, so it can definitely spam those Weather Balls. So it's actually something not to laugh at, you know, something that you might want to at least try out if you have one. Maybe watch some videos, see how it does. But yeah, I mean, if you're considering a fire type, it's okay. It's okay. It's definitely a good Pokemon for your fire team if you're not going with Blaziken or Charizard. Or even Typhlosion and Infernape, right? But we do go ahead and shield because you're only allowed one starter. It doesn't have to be the final evolution. You could go with Bulbasaur, you could go with Charmeleon, but you could only use one. Anyway, Dragon types are definitely very powerful in this cup. Tomorrow's video will focus on two dragons. We're going to bring back Kingdra as well as Dragonair. I have a rank 34 Dragonair, Purified Dragonair. Can't wait to use it in tomorrow's video. It's going to be a lot of fun. Definitely stay tuned for tomorrow's video. Dragonair is going to be insane. It is insane for this cup. It's going to be on everyone's team. Definitely go out and do some of those Dratini rockets. Try to get a good one. Purify it, Aqua Tail Return. Definitely a good Pokemon. But for the next battle, I lead with the Sunny Castform. You can see how fast we get to that Weather Ball. Again, would prefer something that's not Ember, probably Fire Spin, but it's okay, it is what it is. He leads with Ludicolo. He does decide to switch, realizing I do win that matchup. I do switch into my Lantern to counter Blaziken, and I thought this was a counter, but Blastburn is actually going to do a lot of damage to us. So yes, Blaziken is squishy, but it has a high attack stat. It's definitely one to consider. Now, I make a mistake here. I do decide to shield this because I thought I would feint him down with Water Guns before he feints me down, but because Blaziken has a high attack stat and it's using counter, he feints me first, so I shouldn't have wasted the shield, but it is what it is. I did. Just learning matchups. We're just testing things. The cup was literally just announced, right? We threw these teams together. We definitely have to look more thoroughly at Pokemon. But he does bring in Ludicolo. I go ahead and go for that Weather Ball, hoping to knock him out or do a lot of damage. It is neutral to Ludicolo, so we have that going for us. He does decide to forfeit a shield. which is good for us because we are actually able to get to another weather ball. So you can see how spammy Sunny Castform can be. So definitely a solid Pokemon, taking both shields from that Ludicolo. He ultimately ends up fainting us, but hey, we got the job done. We took both shields. We're going to go ahead and shield up this Ludicolo just because I want to knock him out with Dragon Breath. And he reveals his last Pokemon, which is Frostlass. And I was hoping to get to an Outrage before he could get to his Shadow Ball. Unfortunately, not the case, so we're going to take a big L in this battle. He's going to hit us with that Shadow Ball, and Kingdra will go down. So he does go ahead and take that win. So Kingdra is really good. The thing about Kingdra is that it is squishy, so it really needs shields. Like, if I had a shield left, I would have won that. But, you know, it's okay because it does a lot of damage with Dragon Breath, and there's no fairies eligible for this cup. You cannot use fairy types, so Dragon Breath is not going to be resistant from fairy Pokemon, right? Double resistant. So definitely a good Pokemon. Kingdra, Dragonair. I could even see Shelgon. I mean, I could see multiple dragons on the same team. That's how good they are, you know. But there are counters to it, and we'll be going over that in future videos. So he leads with Tentacruel, I lead with my Lantern. He pulls the switch into Blaziken. And I'm like, I'm not going to switch this. I'm going to stick around, trying to get to that Thunderbolt. He actually knocks me out. That Blaziken has a high attack. We bring in Kingdra, and, you know, I think, yeah, I decided to shield this. I actually end up using both my shields against his Blaziken because I knew if he hit me with a Blast Burn, it would do a lot of damage. So I do burn both shields. Perhaps not the best way to go about it. Maybe I shouldn't have, because they're only Blaze Kicks, but again, I knew Blast Burn would be doing a lot, even though I resisted. Would it be actually? I double resisted, so maybe it wouldn't be actually. Maybe that was a mistake on mine. That was definitely a mistake, because I could have definitely taken it knowing that I double resisted, so perhaps definitely a mistake, but that's okay, because as I said, we're still learning the meta. We're just practicing with random teams. We'll be using probably better Pokemon tomorrow and more constructive teams, but we'll see. Another big Pokemon that we're going to be using that I think will be on everyone's team is an Ice Shard Lapras. We face that in tomorrow's video, and I will be using one in the future. I think that's going to be very, very solid. So he does go ahead and hit us with a charge move, which I assume is going to be Acid Spray as it is. So we have Acid Spray variants, but we're able to take that because Acid Spray is a weak move, and we're actually able to get off a Frenzy Plant. So way to go, Venusaur. We're able to knock out that Tentacruel, and then he brings in his Relicanth to finish us off. A little bit unfortunate, but we bring in the Kingdra, and we're able to fire off that Outrage because we had energy stored up. So Kingdra going to knock out the Relicanth, and we're going to be able to win. So really good game, really good game. I think we only have one more for this video, but again, as I said, tomorrow's video definitely will be longer. But we lead with Venomoth, and he leads with his Ludicolo, so I don't know this matchup. I think Venomoth wins because we resist those Razor Leafs, and we can get to Poison Fang, so pretty sure we win that. He brings in Blaziken, and I'm like, okay, this is actually okay for us because he doesn't have a Fire move as a fast move. He has Counter, which, again, we resist, right? So we're able to take those, and then he brings in his Quagsire. I'm going to go ahead and pull the switch into my Kingdra just to get a lot of damage off with that Dragon Breath, and I know Kingdra really has to shield if it wants to take hits, so we shield that Earthquake, and we're just going to town with Dragon Breath. I knew I would have to shield again. We actually get off an Outrage, so I'm expecting him to shield this because I know he's at or very close to a charge move, so he does shield it, and we're going to go ahead and burn our last shield because, again, Kingdra does need shields, as I mentioned, so we're going to go ahead and use it and try to feint him down with Dragon Breath. I knew it was going to be close. He actually gets to it, unfortunately. I thought we were going to be able to knock him out, but we were not able to do so. He does knock us out with Stone Edge, but that is okay because we're going to bring in our Venomoth and charge him down. And now we have Silver Wind and Poison Fang. So I do go ahead and click on that Poison Fang because I knew it was super effective against Ludicolo, which is a grass type. So we're going to go ahead and he will shield that up. Totally fine because we have another Poison Fang. Couldn't get to it right away. I was clicking on it, but eventually it went through. Totally fine. We get off that Poison Fang. It does a lot of damage. I mean, it does decent damage. And then I pull the switch into my Castform. He does go ahead and get off his charge move. I was trying to feint him down with Embers. Probably could have done so with my Venomoth, but that's okay because he used Ice Beam and we're able to win. So I knew I would win that one anyway. But regardless, that will be it for this video, guys. I will see you in the next one. Have a good day. Bye.